Subscribe to James the Sheriff Dixon, you motherfucker.
This is Fun Times with the Sheriff, Season 5, Episode 5. I got Jay back here on. Say hello.
Hello, Sheriff.
So, I have my list. I have my list here. Do you want me just to start off?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, so we can talk about Barry first if you want.
I was pleasantly surprised in regards to the acting skills of Bill Hader. He's not just a comedic dude, but he's definitely showing that he's got, the flair for the drama. And I think the storyline is very well kind of pieced together.
Yeah.
So they do a good job with that on HBO and, the streaming service, because they always have top-notch storylines and character development and stuff like that. So.
And going from SNL to right to that as well.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I remember him from the SNL Californian skit that he used to always be on. So
he played Stefan too in the Weekend Update.
So it's good to see that he's growing, or letting other people see that he's got a range to him. So he's not just pigeonholed as a comedic actor.
Yep,
so
and
that's totally awesome.
And I was gonna say, as of recording this episode tonight, the series finale airs.
Oh wow! Okay, so
yeah.
You should tune in and check it out. So
I know another thing we talked about was Renfield. Were you able to check that one out?
Unfortunately, no, I did not have a chance to watch Renfield. I did get a couple of episodes of Barry underneath my belt. So, but Dracula, I will say this is something that will never go away. I mean, that story is centuries years old.
Yep.
And it will always have some kind of rendition, some kind of reboot, some kind of public eye appearance or public exposure.
Yeah, and I personally think with how crazy Nicolas Cage is, he is perfect for that Dracula role.
yeah, he's another one too that can do more than one role. So he's got a range to him. So he's penned for more dramatic stuff. But his first role was his first major role was Raising Arizona.
I remember. I think we talked about that before on here. Yeah.
Yes, and that was a comedy. So but I mean, he's a talented guy. But yeah, Dracula's not going to go anywhere. Just like superheroes, they'll live on forever.
Oh, wait, before we jump into that, because I do want to talk about the recent Marvel news with Jonathan Majors and all that. But the story for Renfield is it's like in the name, it's based off of Dracula's half human, half vampire, his servant, or what you want to call him, Renfield. That's pretty much the story. In an AA meeting type group for people that have abusive partners. And Renfield goes around killing the people that are being the ones that are abusing the people that are talking in the group. for Dracula, yeah.
all on the cause of Dracula. So yeah. Get your crucifix ready there, Sheriff. Get your garlic ready.
And it is classic Dracula, too. Like, he has to be invited inside and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But,
yes, indeed. Yes,
so,
indeed.
like I said, Marvel, you can jump right into it. Like you said, Marvel, what do you think of the current Jonathan Majors? What's going on right now with that?
I mean, it's crazy. Unfortunately, you or I were not there or close enough to know what really happened, but it's unfortunate that he was exposed to those kind of allegations.
And as of right now, we don't know if Disney's going to drop him yet because there's not like strong evidence against him.
Right, exactly. So his kind of career with them kind of hangs in the balance in regards to how he bounces back, be it with Disney or somewhere else. Time will tell.
Yeah.
What's done in the dark always kind of comes out in the light. So I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yep. And I want to talk about Marvel for a second because you've been following them, right? Or no, or were you never like following them?
Yeah, within like earshot, I've been aware of the Marvel doings, of course. So yeah, how can't you not follow the MCU or be aware of what it is?
You see, I'm sure you're pretty well aware that a lot of people think they fell off after Endgame.
Yeah, and people were always claiming for more, and then when they got more, they were kind of disappointed. So the maybe anticlimactic for some folks. But at the same time, it's Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like Disney. They're a powerhouse. They're going to be around.
Oh, forever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, that process is not going to change. So there'll be something else or some other
Thing,
superhero
yeah.
or thing or entity that
Actor,
they'll rally
yeah.
around. Yeah, exactly. So, like with Hugh Jackman, talk of him joining the mix.
Yeah, for
I've even
Deadpool, yeah,
heard-
the new Deadpool, yep.
Exactly. So him being in Deadpool 3, I've even heard words of Idris Elba joining the MCU in some form or fashion. So, and they'll find a way to get people to come back to them. So
I kind of want to talk about these last two phases because Marvel, I think you probably heard this. Marvel is the only movie, because my channel is movie based. Marvel is the only movie type where I will go to like actual theaters to see a movie. Everything else, because remember it used to be like a 3-month wait to a year before it was on demand.
Right,
Now like
right,
pretty
right.
much every blockbuster movie is on demand within a month after going in theaters. Marvel's the only movie I'll see opening weekend because I'll get spoiled if it doesn't. If I don't.
Yeah, you will. I mean, again, how can't you not be exposed to Marvel or what's going on and spoilers of some sort? But yeah, it just goes to show you that even in these times of post-COVID, that movie theaters are still trying to go back to
Old
the movie
ways.
itself being the tent pole. So you got to come on out literally and check out the movie and go get your popcorn and your goodies and all that kind of stuff. In the case that the ticket sales may not be what they should with the makeup with concession stands, but still as Marvel, people are going to just check it out based upon the strength of those 3 words, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yep. And now every single movie is connected, so like you never know what's going to happen in them.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You'll never know. You'll never know. It keeps you guessing, and rightfully so.
like I said, I kind of want to talk about the recent Ant-Man movie. Like you've heard of how bad it is, right?
I have heard some things, but I thoroughly enjoyed the first 2. So, I thought they were on to something, but
This new one's on Disney Plus already. This week it came out on Disney Plus, the Quantumania.
Oh. Okay, I haven't checked it out yet, but yeah, I liked the first 2. I thought they were pretty good.
Paul Rudd is the downfall of his own movie. Jonathan Majors makes his movie as Kang.
Gotcha. But Paul Rudd is Ant-Man, so you can't have one without the other. So.
For the new Ant-Man though, they introduced him as the next Thanos level threat. Jonathan Majors, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's unfortunate based upon, I could be wrong, but the numbers that come from this Ant-Man with Jonathan Majors in it may determine his fate with Disney.
Yeah.
Though, it's what happened.
And the upcoming Loki show, too. That one, too.
Right. So, but if they see him as a commerce or some kind of money maker, in that sense, maybe they'll reconsider their position with him.
So, I want to talk about Guardians, the one that just came out, a little bit, since we're still on Marvel. I loved it. I saw it last weekend and last night.
Wow.
It's the final James Gunn Marvel thing because he's taking over DC.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder how I was going to shake out because they were trying to make that into a rivalry. I had a chance to watch the part of the movie with the, can't think of the name of the title, but the one with the Rock in it, where it's the last DC movie where he's the
Shazam.
Yeah. So, and I know that they were trying to build up this DC Marvel rivalry cinematic wise like they've done in the comic book over the years.
Yeah, because it's failed every time they tried to, yeah.
Right, exactly. So maybe with the changing of this, him going to DC will shed some light on what's going on.
This upcoming Flash movie is supposed to be the last from like the Ben Affleck Batman and all that.
Oh, okay. The Batman will, again, like Dracula, will live on forever.
And Michael Keaton's going to return in this one too, by the way.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be interesting to see how he shakes out. I think he's one of my favorite Batmans out of all the ones that
I've heard that from a lot of the older generation that was like they're like your and my mom's generation that was like your Batman.
And I've seen, like Christian Bale does a good job, but I think that he does a good job of Batman / Bruce Wayne. So. I guess Christian Bale's a close second in my opinion. So.
Just because, like you were saying, just because it's the last one with them in it, I pretty much do plan on seeing it when it comes out in June.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Part of that summer blockbuster lineup. Got to get folks back to the theater.
And yeah, I got my list here. Let me look real
Yes,
quick here. DC, Marvel, we just talked about. I did see the new Dungeons and Dragons, by the way, that just came out.
Okay. I have not seen this yet. I do remember the craze long before the movie, and I figured it was a matter of time before they would make a movie about it.
Apparently,
It's
there's.
kinda like,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, you go first. I can finish my thing after your thing.
Oh no, it's just it's just kind of like the craze of taking a game, board game, video game, and turning it into a movie. The same thing with Tomb Raider and Lara Croft and Angelina Jolie. I knew it was just a matter of time before Dungeons and Dragons would kind of do that in terms of just, hey, we're gonna make a movie about a cult classic type of
Yeah.
board game. People will spend hours and days playing it.
Months, even.
Right, exactly. So, but I never was a player. I knew plenty of folks that were involved in the Dungeons and Dragons role playing.
I'm the same. I'm the same way. I got a couple of cousins that are in like their own clan or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a matter of time before they made it into a movie.
It was actually surprisingly really well. Chris Pine, like, carries that movie.
Okay, awesome.
And it wasn't there. I was gonna bring up. Wasn't there like one from like the '90s or something that did like very poorly?
There may have been. I can't even recall. I'm not too close to the Dungeons and Dragons world to remember.
But yeah. So I saw that one. Let me look up real quick again. Because I'm trying to look it up here and I couldn't find anything. But
Yeah.
So. All right, so TV shows that I've been watching. You know the rapper Little Dicky?
I'm not familiar. No, I'm not.
There's this TV show called Dave. If you've heard of that one.
Yes, I've heard of that. Okay.
Yes, it's that show is about how Little Dicky rose to fame through YouTube. His YouTube raps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. No. It's new to me. But this proof that I'm old
He does
school hip-hop.
comedic type rap styles like Weird Al, but for rap.
Okay. So the parody type stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So Amish Paradise, with a new shade of that, I guess.
And there is another movie I saw. I saw The Voices, starring Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Have you heard of
I have
that?
not seen that. I have not. No.
It's pretty much Ryan Reynolds plays a mental patient.
Oh wow.
And he slowly goes crazy over the course of the movie. He like talks to his pets. He has a cat and a dog. One plays the devil, one plays an angel, and all that. Yeah.
Nice, man. It's good to see that Bill Hader, Ryan Reynolds, these guys showing some reach, some depth in their acting repertoire, so people get another light of them and their abilities.
And then one I watched last night was a movie called Absolutely Anything.
That name sounds familiar. Who was in that?
Simon Pegg.
1 second. Look that up.
Yeah,
I saw that.
He gets the power to do anything he wants.
Okay.
And Robin Williams plays a talking dog in it.
Oh, okay. No, I have not seen this one. But I have recently seen the Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, yeah, that came out at the same time Doctor Strange did, which is another multiverse, because everything's multiverse now.
Right, that's the way of how people are going here. But yeah, so that's got a lot of layers to it. So, but I think most recently, if you got other movies that you want to talk about.
Oh, you can go. I do have a couple more I can rattle off, but you can go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, so just that I had a chance to kind of go back and watch a old Akira Kurosawa movie. He's a old Japanese filmmaker, and he kind of uses shapes to tell his movies. And what I mean by shapes is the positioning of the actors, the blocking.
Oh yeah, lighting stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So lighting, blocking, how you tell those stories, and how you make things more interesting visually. Not only with dialogue, but how people are positioned. That little subconscious, that little subtlety is very key.
I remember back in film school that was a whole thing we used to do too.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So it's always good to check out some of his work. I would definitely kind of.
I'll add that to my list of things to watch.
Yes, indeed. Akira Kurosawa. Yes, indeed. Some of his movies. Rashomon is what we just recently watched. So definitely check it out. It's in subtitles, of course. But again, just you want to look out for his shapes like triangles, circles, squares, or rectangles.
Subtitles don't bother me. I just recently watched this movie called The Witch Supervision. Me and my cousin, who I have on my finales, who's a good interviewer, I watched that, and that's a Korean movie, so it's part Korean, part English.
Nice. Yes, indeed. So yeah. Film is a universal language. So definitely check it out.
Let me bring up here. I did see the new Evil Dead 2, by the way, that just came out.
Okay. I have not seen that as of yet.
You don't have to. They made it in a way where you don't have to see the other ones. It's like a kind of soft reboot of the series.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool.
Like I thought it was okay. Like it is like a horror movie, like check off list. They do this, and this with the demons and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like because I was a little concerned for that, like the TV show Bridgerton, and then they recently spun off and did Charlotte. Like I started watching Charlotte, but I was, it's great to know that you don't have to know the backstory of Bridgerton in order to watch the show.
Or it's like that Yellow Jacket show or whatever it's called, that Western one where they have like 3 different spin-offs or whatever. Yeah.
Right. That's cool. It's always good. I'm always late with watching movies in some aspects, and to kind of, I guess, do the homework, because I never want to be like, watch the sequel and the first one is based on the sequel.
Yeah. Or it's a prequel or whatever. Yeah.
Right. I always like to, if I can, watch them all, but even if they're not tied together.
And then when I watched last week, I did watch the new Children of the Corn. I have not watched the original, by the way, either yet. So
yeah, well, you need to watch the original. Roger Corman has kind of put him on the map. So yes, indeed. That's
on my list. The Children of the Corn I thought was a very meh movie. Like it's a group of children and they kill all the adults in town. Like, come on, they're like half your size. Just punt them with your leg or something.
Kind of like Chucky and Child's Play, just it's a dog step on them and squash them. But but a very devious movie. So the first one.
But this movie, I think there's a reason they killed him in the first one. I don't know yet, but it's on my list to watch, the original one. They just killed him in this one just to kill the adults. Right.
So, but that's a classic. I'm glad they kind of rebooted that. So.
Oh, it is a complete reboot too. Like it's a little girl instead of a boy for the reboot and all that. Yeah.
Nice. Yes, indeed. Yes,
so I think we went over everything, and my list here. Yeah.
Awesome, Jen. Awesome, Sheriff. Awesome.
So, is there any final words? Anything you want to promote? Say, or do it right now.
No. I just want to say thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it. Keep watching movies. Keep learning. Definitely don't be afraid to take a look back at older stuff, because a lot of the older stuff has been reincarnated in some of the newer stuff.
Yep.
So, that's just how it works.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thank you for having me, Sheriff. I appreciate it.
I just want to shout out an amazing channel, James the Sheriff Dixon. Oh, he's such a great guy, and he is super cool for coming to the show. I'm glad I got to meet him in person, and you should subscribe.